Hi everybody and big welcome to cEDH TV with a set review part 1. Dominaria has a total of 201 cards and we have 102 to look at today, and part 2 we'll look at the rest. I don't think we're gonna look at all of these in detail, we're just gonna branch them over and look at the core ones. Whenever Tori, the Avenger, Fury, Rider attacks, all other attacking creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Other red attacking creatures you control gain trample until end of turn. Untap each creature with white attacking creatures you control. Nah, not that great. Enlist, that's a new ability. Whenever Keldon Flame Sage attacks, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is Keldon's Flame Sage power. You may exile an instant or sorcery card with mana value X or less from among them. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You cast the exile card without paying its mana cost. This is actually pretty good. Like, there's definitely a synergy with Kenrith here. You're increasing this creature's power, and then you'll get to look at more cards. Because just looking at 2, I mean, if you have a really high density of instant sorceries inside, it's both instants and sorceries. If you have a really high density, your hits could be pretty good with this. You can't cast Ad Nauseam with this unless you boost its attack power up to 5. I like it. I absolutely love it. Low CMC instant sorceries, and yeah, it could work. Moving on. Wait a minute, we didn't figure out what Enlist does. We're gonna keep an eye open at the other cards down the list of what Enlist actually does. Nah, this is just a big stompy creature. Here we have Enlist. As this creature attacks, you may tap a non-attacking creature you control without summoning sickness. When you do, add it. No, my god! And then you can sacrifice this to destroy the artifact. Yeah, this is like a weaker version of Qatar Commando. But going back to this, like, it suddenly got amazing. I mean, Kess, I could see this together with Tymna. Obviously, you just attack with this Keldon Flame Sage, you tap Tymna, and this becomes a 4/3. With Kess, it becomes a 5/3, and now you can cast Ad Nauseam, and why you're gonna cast so many things. It's a little bit sad it's not a wizard. Inala would have loved that. I have a feeling this entire review is just gonna focus around this thing. Like, honestly, this creature could be an amazing creature, but we're gonna look at everything else in the set, don't worry. But we're off to a really good start. Threats. Search your library for up to 4 creature cards with different power and reveal them. An opponent shows 2 of those cards, shuffle their chosen cards into your library and put the rest into your hand. I don't like that it's sorcery. And you're not getting what you want. You're getting like something almost that you want. Like, your opponents will never give you your dockside with this. It could be good in politic situations, like you discuss with someone and say, I have a stacks piece in my deck that doesn't affect you but affect those other guys, like give me the Thalia here. So I could see this being played, but I think green and, well, we have better creature tutors in the format already. I don't really like it. No, bad. This looks interesting. Ooh, bumped, 3 colors. That's good for Cisse. Lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay X. If you do, draw X cards. X can't be greater than the amount of life you gain this turn. So this enables itself. It goes to combat, it hits, and you don't even need to connect to face. You can just attack a creature, you gain 3 life, you go to end step, you pay 3 mana, and you draw 3 cards. Or, well, you can gain more life and you draw more cards. As a commander, I kind of like it because you have 3 color identities. That's good. You want to have as many as you can. Very low CMC, so you can get it into play like turn 2 with a mana dork, like turn 1 Bird of Paradise or something. Then you get this into play. Turn 3 you attack. You can't actually, you turn 3 you pay the mana as well and you draw 3 cards. So low CMC, lots of colors, card from the command zone. Yeah, should definitely work. I also think you could have this inside some of the 99s because it's a mid-range value engine, and if you need more for your metagame, you could definitely have this inside your 99. I could honestly consider this for Cisse. Like, this will grow Cisse quite a lot, and it's a value engine if you don't have access to your Cisse. My experience is that Cisse gets killed all the time when I'm playing it, so it's good to have things inside the deck that could help you forward. I could also see it inside Tymna and Thrasius, however, I don't think Tymna and Thrasius needs this, so in the end, I don't think you should play this inside Tymna and Thrasius. When Ragefire Hellkite attacks, you may sacrifice another creature if you do Ragefire. Nah, no. This is typically how it is when you're looking through cards in like a set review. There's like a bunch of like 5 cards. This is just 1v1 really good, but not for cEDH. Draw cards equal to the number of instant sorcerers cards in your graveyard. Wow. It's not Ad Nauseam. With Ad Nauseam, you can like ritual it out fast as you can, and then without any cards in your graveyard, you can draw an enormous amount of cards. So you don't need a setup. This one does require a setup. I think it's too expensive. And we actually have another suggestion here. Recurring Insight. Yeah, I think Recurring Insight is better and we don't play Recurring Insight. This is honestly good. Good for budget. The start target creature with total power and... No, total power. Well, cEDH creatures are like stacked creatures like 2/2s. That's a total of 4. So yeah, I could see this actually doing some work if you need spot removals for creatures. On the other hand, Swords of Plowshares, Lightning Bolts, we have what we need. I don't think there's a deck that needs more, but if you need more and you're playing on a budget, then yeah, this is something. Chaotic Transformation. I hope this is another Divergent Transformation. Probably not. Exile up to 1 target artifact, up to 1 oh, it's getting good here. Up to 1 target creature, up to 1 target enchantment, up to 1 target planeswalker, and up to 1 target land. For each permanent exile its controller reads card from top of their library until they read a card that shares that card type with it, plus put that on the battlefield, then shuffles. I'm so happy. So it's not Divergent Transformation, which is amazing. You target 2 creatures and you start to flip until you flip into 2 creatures, so you target your own 2 partner commanders, and then you put those 2 creatures that you only have 2 creatures in your deck into play, and you have a 2-card creature combo basically. So this is a 1-card combo that assembles a 2-card creature combo. Chaotic Transformation is not doing that, but we can polymorph a Jeska and the partner creature Jeska plays with. So you can program into play a creature and a planeswalker together. This forces you to only play a creature and a planeswalker in the deck, and you have to have a creature as the commander and a planeswalker as the commander. So there's a very, very interesting creature here called Deep Glow Skate. When Deep Glow Skate enters the battlefield, double the number of each kind of counters on any number of target permanents. It will double the loyalty counters on a planeswalker. And the thing with Chaotic Transformation is that it's putting the things into play at the same time. Okay, you're gonna put them into play one by one, but remember this, in Magic, nothing can go onto the stack until Chaotic Transformation or any spell has completed its resolve. So the planeswalker will be in play when you're allowed to put the Deep Glow Skate's trigger on the stack. So with this, you could ultimate whatever planeswalker you could think of that you're allowed to play inside your color identity. And there are a few that I can think of that it's like you win the game on the spot when this resolves. But you have to play without creatures and, well, you have to only have 1 planeswalker inside that deck, but you can live with that. Polymorph decks have been around and they have actually been quite efficient. I really like that one. I think that could create some really cool new deck IDs. Lots of really typical 1v1 big stompy creatures here. This is a new thing. With a stun counter on each of those creatures. If a permanent with a stun counter would become untapped, remove... Okay, it prevents... I like that because doesn't untap until next turn have always been like strange. I think stun counters are great. I like that. Not a great card though. Ooh! You may cast sorcery spells as though they had flash. When a Vanilla Storm Runner attacks, you may pay 2. If you do, you may cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy it. Too expensive. Like 5 mana is quite a lot, and to copy something for 2, yeah, that's fine. I think we have a Tamer creature that does exactly the same thing, but you're getting green, and you can copy tokens as well. I don't like this. We don't play the Tamer guy, the twin thing. I don't remember them. Like they are not cEDH viable at all, so I don't think this will be, because this is just a weaker version compared to those two. Oh wait, this as an additional cost to cast green permanent spells, you may pay 2 life. Those spells cost green less to cast if you paid life this way. This effect reduces only the amount of green mana you pay. Huh, that's good. That is actually good. Whenever you cast a green permanent spell, put a +1 counter on each creature you... Yeah, that's also good. Like, the reduction of mana is amazing. Using life as a resource, I really like that, by the way. I think that life should be a resource, an economy you have in the early stage that can be reduced, because if life is a resource, you can interact with that resource with attackers, and now attackers are better. There's always a priority thing. You always attack the black player because black is usually paying a lot of life. But green also does that with Sylvan Library, so green is like the next player you attack in the priority order. And I kind of like that. That's putting some lore or some identity to colors. Now green here is increasing the amount of things you could pay life for. It's only permanent, but in a green deck, this could, like a mono green deck, this could be amazing. Oh, wait a minute. This is a ritual because it's 5 mana and it's a 6/6, so it has more power than cost, which, well, it's not a huge increase, but Selvala Heart of the Wilds could use this, especially to the part where this is helping you with your storm, because you can pay life to reduce cost of green, combination with Selvala. I don't think this is like over the top, I don't think this is busted or game changing in a way, but it's a very interesting card or an interesting mechanic for green. I absolutely love it. And I do like that it has a bonus of like, well, if the combo doesn't work, because this is gonna help you with a lot of your combos, then overrun is definitely gonna be a thing. New basic lands. I like this one. Kinda cool, actually. I like this little thing in the background. Oh, it's even cut too. Nice. Looks like an ancient ruin. I like it. Card art is important, guys. But we're not here to look at art, or well, we are of course here to look at art, but card, what they do. Orca Siege Demon, Big Stompy, you're not good. This one looks amazing. Just looking at this, like I'm a CSA player, and what I see here is making me interested. Whenever you cast a multicolor spell, scry 1, that's good. If this spell was all colors, that's like impossible. So create a 4/4 angel creature token with flying and vigilance. The value you get a 4/4 flying vigilance angel in cEDH is not something great, and achieving this in cEDH is close to impossible. They're like the only thing that I can think of that's all 5 colors you play in Commander are commanders that are on all 5 colors. However, you can tap this and convert all colors into Vuberg. That's good. I think this is a great commander, might be an oversight. I think this is a possible commander. Like this in Gaia's Cradle will be very cool. But honestly, I'm not so sure about this guy. I don't think this is something for CSA at all. Because CSA doesn't need it. I don't think my CSA deck needs more help converting mana into Vuberg mana. Like it could help out. I think this is something I should probably play test, but I don't think I'm gonna need it. Like my lands usually do the job, and my Cradle will usually convert it anyway. I can convert it anyway with other tricks. It doesn't really do anything besides being good with Cradle inside CSA, and I don't need my Cradle to be better in CSA. When you look at cards for your commanders, if you're gonna include them inside your deck, you should really ask yourself, is this what my deck needs more of, or is it just the same that the deck already has? And I don't think this is giving me something new, it's just helping me with what I'm already good at. Like I've solved the problem of what this is trying to achieve. And I don't think any other commander would be interested. Gollus could be interesting in this, but Gollus is banned, so no. And as a commander, I think it does a little bit too little. Or well, we might see. I mean, I'm looking around here, just here 5 colors, 5 colors, 5 colors, and yeah, they are pretty. What does this do? Choose 5. 7 mana. You may choose the same mode more than once. Target player from a face out, draws a card, decide target player's graveyard. It's too weak. 7 mana for this is not good. So this is the card that would go into this guy, but no. Then we have Two-Headed Hellkite, draw 2 cards, Flying Menace Haste, 6 mana, no, not good. And destroy each creature that isn't all colors. Okay, I can see the theme that they're going for. So if they miraculously print something for this guy, then yes, but currently no. This is interesting. Whenever a land enters the battlefield tapped under your control, choose 1, untap that land, tap target non-land permanent and opponent controls. It's another version of Amulet of Vigor. I like it. Amulet of Vigor is currently not played inside cEDH, but there are some interesting combos you can do with lands that comes into play suddenly untapped, and this could help out for that futuristic combo. It's kind of cool combo. It's not really good. It's like an egg combo. You sacrifice lands and you return them, and you return a whole bunch of lands. I've tried that combo. It's very fun, but it's tricky to set up. This will help it set up, so that's an improvement for that combo. What I'm talking about is Splendid Reclamation, by the way, where all the lands comes into play tapped, and with this artifact they will come into play untapped. And there are lands that can instance or sorceries from your graveyard to the top of your library, like your Splendid Reclamation. And then you sacrifice these lands with various tricks, and then you draw cards with various lands, and there are lands that will draw you cards, and then you cast your Splendid Reclamation again and you loop. So yeah, there's something here, but I think that combo needs more improvements. 2 CMC artifact that comes into play tapped, not that great. Mana Cannons! I love the name. Enchantment. Whenever you cast a multicolor spell, Mana Cannons deals X damage to any target where X is the number of colors that spell is. So yeah, this is definitely helping out this guy's strategy, and I do like that. Any target that's good. You could, if you draw your entire deck, you cast this, and then you cast your entire deck, you should have enough damage to kill all your opponents. That could be a win con. It's interactive. Honestly, I kind of like it. It is a little bit inefficient to kill your opponents with this thing. I am a Valakut player, and the strength of Valakut is that you can sit there and bolt creatures and be very creature oppressive, and this could be very creature oppressive. Some metagames include a lot of creatures. The big problem here is that in cEDH, we don't play that many multicolor spells. If you look through your deck list, you might notice that most cards you play are monocolored in a multicolor deck. Take the Pact, Brainstorm, Force of Wills, everything is mostly in one color. So never mind, I take everything back. It could be good, it depends. If you have a deck that is very heavy on lots of different multicolor spells, then this could absolutely be interesting. Can't pronounce that. Falaya. Wayfarer. Creature Human Scout. It's all colors. So once again, it's helping this guy. Who knows? Maybe we'll see a cEDH viable deck with this guy. Could be possible. I skeptic right now. Multicolor spells you have Convoke. I really like where this is going, everything, because personally I like decks with all 5 colors, so this is interesting. If this was a commander, it's not. This would be amazing, I think. 2/4, that's very good stat lines for a 3 mana cost creature, so I can see this being decent overall inside some decks anyway. In CC, I could almost see this. Oh, this is a tricky one. Is it good? It is good in the similar way. We looked at the previous creature today, this one. It's very similar strategy. You're putting permanents into play that is helping you storm faster and go through your deck. There's another card, Earthcraft, that's the thing. You can tap a creature to untap a basic land. Very similar, very cool. The problem with Earthcraft is that in multicolor decks, playing a lot of basic lands is very tricky, so you can't really play Earthcraft. I think this is a card that you need to play to see it in practicality, because sitting here and just theory crafting around this card could be very strange. You have to really play this, but I've seen Earthcraft do amazing things, and I think this is gonna do similar things like Earthcraft. But you need to build your deck heavily around this. Like, you need that multicolor theme, similar with mana cannons. Like, mana cannons could actually become something if you're including a lot of these multicolor cards with your... Yeah, no, but maybe we will see where this leads. Yes! I've always been a huge fan of Sierra Arian. It's not good. Oh, this version is not good. It's Yund flying, Yund mana tap, target player draws 1 card, and nah, it's not good. It's a very cool commander. Okay, so an Insect Assassin. I don't think this here... have they whatever. Yund, I love that. Yund needs more 4 mana. It was kind of cool on the 3 mana. Flying Haste, that's cool. Whenever Seer the Golden Sting attacks, put an egg counter on another target creature without an egg counter on it. When that creature dies, if it has an egg counter on it, draw a card and create an insect creature to go with flying. That's a 3/3. So it draws cards. That's like always good. Whenever your commander draws cards, that's great. The CMC of this thing is 4. Decent. I would prefer if it was just 3 Flying Haste. So you get to do it immediately, and you have access to black, so you can play a lot of really cool creatures with sack outlets on them, or various tricks of getting your creatures to your graveyard and doing cool loops. I'm gonna say I like it. I think this could become a very interesting Razaketh commander, because you're creating tokens, and that's great. Also, you don't really need to kill your own creatures. You can sit there with spot removal and kill your opponent's creatures. I don't think it's busted. I don't think it's over the top. I don't think it's amazing. I think it's cool, and I think it's cEDH viable, and I'm happy about that, because I think this is an awesome creature. I do like that it's drawing cards. I do like that it's creating tokens. You can build around that. I don't like that it has a 4 CMC, seems too much to me. And only 1 card per turn is also a little bit like, eh. But it's playable. I could see someone build a cEDH deck around this with something like Razaketh, actually. Absolutely. Okay. Flying Death Touch, Flying Flank. 3 CMC, 2/1. That's okay. Whenever you activate an ability that isn't a mana ability, if life was paid to activate it, you may pay that much life again. If you do copy that ability, you may choose no targets for the copy. Huh. So that is good. You pay 1 life with Necropotence, then you can copy that ability and pay another life, but you could have done that with Necropotence to begin with. So no, this does not work. Or wait, it works, but it achieves nothing. Whenever you activate an ability that isn't a mana ability, it does not work with Tumna either, because it needs to be an activated ability, and Tumna is not an activated ability. That could have been amazing if you could have like double Tumna here, but you can't. What can you do with this? There has to be something else. Like, there's probably a card in Magic that could be exploited with this that I don't know about. The problem with cEDH, or when you only play cEDH, is that you forget all the cards in the game that are not cEDH viable. So there could be a card that just became cEDH viable with this thing, because this ability is like good.
A few moments later.
I can't think of what this is going to do yet. If you know what's gonna combo with this, leave a comment below in the description. There should be something that's gonna combo with this little vampire, but it's like Legendary Artifact Construct, Haste, copy target, activate or trigger the ability you control from another legendary. Ooh, that's not a command. Could have been amazing with CC. You choose target for the copy. You have to tap it though, so it's not that good. The fact that you can't copy a commander hurts. If we would change to not commander, we just remove that, this would be amazing. What is this going to copy? It would have to be a heavy legendary deck filled with various legendaries that we would activate the ability with clone. It would have to be a deck like that includes Kinnan, not Kinnan as the commander, just have Kinnan inside the 99 and could be interested in activating Kinnan and copy Kinnan's ability. Honestly, those decks exist, but those decks aren't trying to activate Kinnan's ability to begin with. They want Kinnan's mana increase capability, not his activated creature trick ability. So I don't really see this artifact as being good in cEDH at all. The deck could exist for this in the future. Hey, 1 mana cost artifact with flash. If a player would take an extra turn, that player skips that turn instead. Yeah, that's interesting. It has an almost combo on it. 4 mana tap, exile this hourglass, return to the battlefield, tapped all artifact creatures, enchantments, and you're gonna put enchantments into play tapped. And land cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. The problem here is that it exiles itself. If it didn't exile itself, you could do egg combo loops, and those combos are cool. I'm very sad it couldn't do that, because then it would be interesting. You would have a like the part where it removes extra turns is a little bit too narrow for a stacks piece, so you have to play it for both effects here, and just having it as a rebuild mechanic is not good enough for me. There's so many legendaries in this set. Mono black. Whenever this thing deals combat damage to a player, return to battlefield target creature card in your graveyard that will put there. Nah, you have to sack something, then you go to combat and you bring back that thing you sacrificed this turn. Yeah, but no. The legend rule doesn't apply to tokens you control. I see where this is going. Whenever non-token legendary permanent enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1. And I'm not gonna read. It's just gonna create a token of it, right? That created. Yeah, hey, yeah, you create a token of that. Yeah, no. You would basically play this as the commander, and you would play a Boros deck filled with legendary creatures that you want to token clone. That could be good, but no, not cEDH. Like, the legend rule doesn't apply, it's more of a casual thing in my opinion. It's not something that you need to do in cEDH. This is a very expensive dragon. Deals combat damage to a player, play for each creature card. No, just creating expensive, big, stumpy creature, creating tokens, not good. For CMC, Mardu, Menace. All the legendary creatures you control have Menace. That's good. Whenever you play a legendary land or cast a legendary spell, you may draw a card. Hey, that's pretty good. CC is just getting so much cool stuff here. Honestly, this is amazing card for CC. I think this one, am I gonna say auto-include on this thing? I think I actually am gonna say auto-include on this thing. Yeah, honestly, Shanid Sleeper's Scourge something. Hard to pronounce that thing. So CC plays a lot of legendary creatures, you give and take usually, and you play a bunch of various legendary creatures with attack effects, like the Revi Imperial Tacticianer, and when you give your legendary creatures menace, they will be harder to block. So this absolutely helps out a lot here. CC also plays Ragavan, and well, when you're playing this inside any deck, you're probably gonna include Ragavan as well. This will help Ragavan get through, that's important, because later in the game, suddenly Ragavan can't attack and do its thing. But what I really like here, whenever you play a legendary land, that is just nice. Legendary land, you draw a card or cast a legendary spell, draw a card, you lose a life, whatever. I honestly like it. I could see this being a commander, by the way. I could see this being inside the 99 of various commanders, not just CC. Like, you could theoretically build a heavy legendary commander deck with Tymna at the helm, with some other commander that gives you color identity to red to fulfill the color identity requirement. requirement for that thing. And then you just have this creature inside. Honestly, which one is better though? Now, wait, I'm taking that back. I don't think Tymna with that strategy. I think you just play this Human Knight as the commander in that case. You don't play Tymna. But well, you could throw this into other, because if you take Tymna, you can gain more in color identity, you can gain green and red because you take Tana. So Tana Tymna with this could be cool with Blood Pod and things. Now, some of you are gonna say that we don't have that much legendary lands inside this, but if you're playing this as the commander, you're making land drop draw a card if you build your deck correctly. Like, you don't have to play the fetch lands, you don't have to play the shock lands or dual lands, and I love that. I think this could be a great budget commander, actually, because now, with this as the commander, legendary lands would be great. You want to have as much random legendary lands, preferably good ones with color fixing, preferably, but just random whatever legendary lands inside your deck, and you're gonna have land drop draw a card with this as the commander, and then a bunch of various legendary. Wow, I love it. You have black, you have red, two really great colors, so you can sculpt whatever combo you want. Wait, this will work with legendary artifacts as well. Yeah, nice. And then just tutor for whatever combo you want with black. You can probably play an Underworld Breach deck. Mox Amber is legendary here. Mox Opal is legendary. Ashaya Tanaka Armor. Whenever Ashaya Tanaka Armor attacks, look at the top 4 cards of your library and you put a number of artifact cards with mana value less than or equal to her power among on the battlefield. So Voltron, no, bad. Tetsuo, Imperial Oh, Tetsuo! But he's also probably Voltron. Yeah, if he's equipped. Yeah, so Grixis, Voltron. Tetsuo deals combat damage to the higher man attached to it. So you have an equipment that's very high value, you can deal damage, or you may cast an instant sorcery card from your hand without paying mana values in the highest mana equipment. So if you... Nah! Like, the card isn't that bad. You have interaction in form of you can deal damage to any target, like you can attack, you can bolt a creature, you can bolt a player, and when he attacks, so he will have an easy time going past blockers. Like, this will be a very casual Voltron commander. Very good casual Voltron commander. I think there are better casual Voltron commanders because a lot of other equipment commanders will actually draw cards. This doesn't. This is only casting things for free, which is good, but you have to play equipments, so you have to include a bunch of bad cards inside your deck, and you don't want to include a bunch of random whatever equipments inside this deck, so I don't think he's good. What's this? It's also in Japanese. Tobias! Oh my god, I have a friend whose name is Tobias. It's a Swedish name, Tobias, by the way. Conqueror of bad luck. It's not... Okay, sorry, Tobias, you're not gonna be happy. When Tobias dies, create a black zombie creature token for each non-token creature you control that died this turn. And... no. What's this? Oh, Rasputin, this is a very old commander. He was very weird. He probably... When Rasputin enters the battlefield, put a dream counter on it for each opponent you have. So the more opponent, you're gonna put 3 dream counters on each opponent, creates a red goblin creature token. So you're gonna get 3 dream counters for free mana. You get when you create goblins. Ruin 1 or more dream counters from Rasputin. Yeah, that's basically what they did back in the days. He created colorless mana by removing his dream tokens. Remove a dream counter from Rasputin. Oh, he's down here, by the way. Create a... Okay, you know he's bad, but he's a little bit nostalgic. I kind of like that. Probably really hard to read this, but he enters with like 7, I think. Yes, he enters with 7 dream counters, and you can remove them to add colorless mana. So the trick with the combo with him back in the days was that you flickered him or something. I don't remember. He's not that great. So this is an equipment vehicle thing. No, bad. Blue cards are usually good. Let's look at it anyway. When we enter battle, you search library for an instant circle. Woo! But this is a bad Spellseeker. This is just a bad Spellseeker, right? Yeah. Okay, so it's blue cards, so it's usually great, but this is like a budget card. So yeah, you can have this inside budget decks, but it's not good. Spellseeker is better, and we don't always play Spellseeker. Now, if a creature will die, exile instead. That's some hate bear stuff. So you can prevent die effect on creatures, and you can create saplings, sacrifice a sapling, and you can sacrifice saplings to draw a card. It's card draw, and it's just, but it's not good. Too few color. Like, you want more colors on this, and saplings are easy to create. Like, I could see this work. I could see someone put this together and make it flow, but I want to change. Like, it needs more, I think. But it's playable. Like, draw cards by sacrificing saplings is possible, but yeah. Okay, here we have Braids. We already kind of know what she does. At the beginning of each of your end step, you may sacrifice an artifact, creature, enchantment, or land, or planeswalker. So that's not a problem. That's easy to do. You can build your entire deck around that. If you do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent that has a tar type with it. Which one doesn't, that player pays 2 life and you draw a card. Card draw, great. I like it. It should work. Mono black, not a problem. People can interact and stop it by sacrificing things, but maybe they don't. For example, if they you can sacrifice a creature. If none of your opponent has a creature, you will draw 3 cards. That's good. But the problem here is that it's mono black. I do like it. I think I like it more inside the 99 because I want more color identities than just mono black. But it is a lot of card draw here. Building your deck around this is not hard. I honestly think this could show up a bunch here and there because it's something that can do things. The fact that you draw cards, low CMC, great. Yeah, I like it. I think I want it inside the 99 though, of another deck. Good question where. Maybe Kenrith in a different kind of strange Kenrith build. Cece, no. I don't think this is what Cece want directly. It's card draw on Cece, but I think Cece have better card draw options for her 99. Oh wait, what's the Corvald? Corvald could play this, I guess. It's a little bit too slow for Corvald. Corvald is currently played like a more of a turbo commander, and this is like a mid-range. So no, I don't think this is. It's like yes and no. It's like yeah, you can play it, but yeah, you have to have the right deck for it. But most decks don't want to play this. You can have it as the commander, and it's gonna be a decent mono black. You can high power commander, great. Build it, and it's gonna be a good high power commander. Joyra, Ageless Inventor. Put 2 ingenuity counters on Joyra, Ageless Inventor. You may put an artifact card with mana value X from your hand onto the battlefield, where X is the number of. I like that. You can trick artifacts into play. You build it up so you CMC 2, CMC 4, CMC 6, and you get it in play quite fast. It's like a 2 CMC creature, so that's good. Decent colors for 2 color blue. Yeah, I like it, but a problem I see here is that you kill it and then you need to build around it again. You have to cast it to play and just build upwards. It's fine. You can have it inside some 99s, I think, because it's like a mana dork for some 99s that is heavily on artifacts, so you can play it as a commander. It's like high power. It's functional. It's not great, but it can do stuff like helping out casting things is good. I like it, but I'm not too impressed. Sheoldred. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. When an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. Anti-card draw, 4 CMC, 4/5. This is a pushed creature. 4 CMC for a Death Touch, 4/5. This is gonna be a very, very, very expensive card, I think, in other formats. But yeah, you can play it. Anti-card draw, people lose life is fine. It's fine, but I wouldn't recommend. I think you have better things for it. It would be going into a very strange deck of sorts. Having it as the commander is probably terrible because you need to have a lot of card draw because you don't draw cards yourself, and its stacks effect is very narrow. Sure, everyone is drawing cards, but you usually draw like a few cards here and there, so it's not going to do enough. It's good versus those cards that want to storm off with card draw, and you aren't always going to go up against that. So I'm not super convinced about it. We have so many legendaries. At the beginning of each end step, if you play discard a card, create a creature. Opponent 6. And no, you need more colors. It's not doing something amazing. It's forcing people to discard cards, and you create a token with it, which is just, you need more. Wait, this look, we're going back to Rafine, but this looked great. Soul of Windgrace, Cat Avatar, Yund. I like Yund. Ooh, it's a very big stat line. 5/4 for 4 mana is good. When this enters the battlefield or attacks, you may put a land card from graveyard into play tapped under your control. I love it. Green, discard a land, you gain 3 life. Oh my god! Yes! Discard a land, draw a card, and now I'm sold. If you remove the 2 other abilities, I wouldn't care, and you can give it indestructible and tap it. Whatever. Draw a card by discarding cards is great here. So there's this card called Splendid Reclamation that will be out to include for this commander. I'm gonna build this commander. I love this. This is what I do. This is what I live for. I love lands. Usually when I play Magic in general, I build land decks. So you discard your entire, you sit here and just dump lands into your graveyard and you draw cards. You eventually draw into Splendid or a tutor for Splendid because you're on black. That's great. And then you cast Splendid and and boom, you put all those lands into play. And I think you've heard of Valakut. I will make this work. Trust me, I will make this work. I have built so many variants of Valakut decks that I know I can guarantee this can work. But I think I will showcase that in a deck tech video. Absolutely cEDH, it's very strange. The thing is, I think I'm the only one who's gonna say it's cEDH because I don't know any other people who build like Valakut decks. So should I really say cEDH because I'm the only one saying it's cEDH? I think it is. I think it's amazing. I think it can stomp and do cool things. But it's gonna be a deck tech video. I will go over it in detail and showcase the combo, how you get there, because there are some cool odd NAS one card combos with this that wins on the spot. But yeah, I love it. So we were looking at Wrath, Redlight, Steward. Okay, whenever you cast an in-source spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control if you do draw a card. Huh. Yeah, so if you have this as a commander you want to have a lot of instant sorceries. The thing, if you build this as a casual, you will build like a lot of token generating instant sorceries. So you have a lot of instant sorceries, but also a lot of creatures. So you cast a spell, you create tokens, then you cast another spell, you tap those tokens, you draw a card, and then you have an ability to basically... This feels like a green card. Why is this white and blue? Whatever. Creatures you control get +1 and vigilance until no turn. So yeah, you build an enormous token count and you attack and win. Casual good, cEDH not. Sir, the Eternal Schemer. Human Wizard Flying. Enchanted creature you control have Death Touch, Life Shift, and Hexproof. Hexproof is good. Target non-aura enchantment you control becomes a creature in addition to its other types and has base power and toughness equal to its mana value. So you're gonna make an enormous army of enchantments and smack people. You don't have card draw. 3 colors is good. It feels like a casual commander, honestly. Not cEDH. Probably good in casual, but not cEDH. So expensive, draw a card. Too expensive. Like it has a lot of toolbox effects here, like draw cards, lose life. I mean, that could matter in very strange games. Where I really like it is you can deal 3 damage to one target creature or planeswalker. So you can interact and kill creatures and you can draw cards with it. And you have 3 colors, but it's 5 mana and it's only 1 effect each turn. I do like it, but I think it's like high power, and I think cEDH has more broken commanders. I think more broken commanders is very important. We have another Squee. When we attack, you hit a goblin, we cast. Okay, so you can exile cards from your graveyard to cast it by paying 4 mana. Is there a deck that could utilize it? No, probably not. Cool, I like it. Squee is awesome. I've always liked him. He's a cool character in the lore. It's very cool about how he became immortal and that he sticks around being a little bit weird and all. The mentality of how his brain works around his age should be questioned, because a goblin that old and like, is he like I don't remember how old he is, but he's like ancient right now because he is immortal. So I do like that his cards are very strong, but also very weird. But this one is not really that good. It is probably good for casual goblin decks. Oh, we have so many commanders. The ever-changing Dane. Legendary sacrifice another creature, ever-changing Dane becomes a copy of that creature. Wait, can you copy? Sacrifice another creature, copy that creature has this ability. Okay, so it loses. You can't copy clone into several things. I don't like it. Ooh, there's a reprint of the desert guy. Desert Walk. You can play deserts from your graveyard. That's good because a lot of deserts had cycling. So there's some cool synergies with deserts you can do there. Whenever desert enters the battlefield, you control create 2. No, bad. Took inclination and oh, we have a Rograk's daddy. Other Corvald you control get +2/+2 and you create big tokens and you cast a grand spell. I like it. It's cool, but it's casual token bad. Or not, I shouldn't say casual token bad. It's probably gonna be pretty good in casual, but cEDH not. This guy enters the battlefield, legendary creature enters the battlefield, you pay green if you do, create a green cat token work, review forts walk. It's a reprint of the older guy. This big cat guy, an even older version of the big cat guy. Smaller cat guy, better cat guy. Usually cards with lower CMC is better than big expensive cards, but I don't like it. No, it's just token. cEDH and tokens are not good. Here is Stag Echo Warrior. Whenever Stag Echo Warrior attacks, create a stag. Okay, so you create a twin of him. Wait, yeah, there was he's been around. I remember this guy. He's a cool guy. Creates tokens, bad. Ooh. I like the CMC of that. We should have more of multicolor, and it can be your commander. So this is something we need to evaluate properly, because this could be a commander and not something inside your deck. So we create a free Kavoo. Why is he making a Kavoo? Is this your raw? Yeah, okay, that can make sense. That is all colors. Choose up to 2 target creatures for each of those and put the number of colors to it. It is okay, so you're gonna make your Kavoos enormous. Return target multicolored card from your graveyard to your hand. If it's not good, it was cool potential, really cool. I want to see more multicolored legendaries, planeswalkers, but no, he's not good. Ooh, I like the art, but art doesn't make it cEDH good. Up to 1 target legendary creature you can have a villain life. No, it's bad. Reveal the top card of the library, put in a number of legendary card. You can be the commander and create the treasure token for each card. Read the top 4 cards of your library, put any number of legendary cards. There's so many legendary synergies. Wait a minute, she can pay for herself. So you cost her, you -3. You reveal the top cards of the library, put any number of legendary cards from all of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. However, create a treasure token for each card put into your graveyard this way, and you reveal 4. You pay 4 and you gain 4 treasures. That is actually kind of good. You will mill yourself and you will create treasures, and that is helping you with your Underworld Breach. And if you don't, you can put okay, there's some strange synergy here with her, and some like cEDH decks could be interested in this effect, but it's like a planeswalker and it's 4 mana. It's free to cast basically, because you gain the 4 treasures when you cast her. So 0 man, I don't know. Up to 1 target legendary creature gains vigilance, lifelink, and destructible until the end of your turn. You know what? I could see this being played inside Tymna. So you cast this planeswalker, you -3, you put 3 cards into your graveyard where you want them because you're on the Underworld Breach game plan, and you gain 4 treasures. So you basically tap lands for equal amount of treasures, you're happy. Next turn, if the planeswalker survives, you can use this with Tymna to buff Tymna and attack, as Tymna would be the commander of this deck, which it could easily be, and you're helping Tymna get through. Then she will go up to 4 and you can minus her again. She will go down to 1, this planeswalker, on the 3rd turn where you have it in play, and you get more treasures and mill more. So I could see this. I gain control of all non-land permanents and then untap them. They Okay, so there's a win con on it as well if like the game gets strange. But overall, like I could see someone put this into their deck. But on the same time, I could see arguments for not having it inside. It's like, yeah, yes and no. I got a bit surprised there. I thought it was gonna be like casual, but yeah, I could see something there. Okay, almost done. Whenever you call a creature you control becomes tapped, no bad. And assassin, human assassin. Other assassins you control, whenever you play loses. No, okay, you need to be. Hey, wait a minute. Whenever play loses the game, if they were attacked this turn by an assassin, you control. Hey, that's actually possible. So there's the game plan here is to kill 1 player. You go hard on the. Hey, wait a minute. You can build a very. This could work. This could work. So the game plan is very simple. You build a very 1v1 focus deck inside a multiplayer format. Oh my god, this is gonna create so many strange political situations, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna look at all your 3 opponents and figure out who is the weakest one of the 3. So you have an increased. That's good for you because you wanna kill the. Like you're kicking the person lying down. This is so evil. This is so evil, but it's so good. It's. Oh, you should not build this in casual at all. This is like this. I like it. I like it. So you attack the small guy until they die, because instead of killing 3 players with 120 life together, you just kill 1 player with 40 life. That's achievable inside commander. Like there's a lot of casual decks that are actually good at killing 1 player, but then they can't do much more. This is like aggro in cEDH that could work. And other assassins you control get +1/+1. The problem here is that it dies to spot removal. I don't think you're gonna have a problem with blockers, because you're just gonna swing at the person with the fewest amount of blockers. I like it. I could see this work. I am so surprised. Assassin and +1 to all assassins. I was like, this is bad, but then yeah, wait, you can win the game by killing just 1 player. Like once again, killing 1 player in cEDH is not hard. The problem you're gonna create is you're gonna make your 3 other opponents like protect them, which is they're gonna create a very strange political game. Like I love that. I absolutely like it. Wow, wait a minute, you can have it inside the 99 of CSA. So wait, this. Oh my god, you can have it inside the 99 of cEDH. So you like attack a person all out with cEDH. cEDH can have a lot of cool creatures inside the deck, and then you just activate cEDH, you put this weird assassin into play, and you punch that person out of the game, and you win. No, wait a minute, that doesn't work. You have, whenever a player loses the game, that would attacked by an assassin. Okay, no, sorry, doesn't work. You have to, okay, it kind of works, because you could go to your last opponent's end step, you activate, and you find the assassin lord, you put him into play, you attack with everything, including this assassin, because he enables himself, and you kill that person and you win. That's achievable. Like, that's I'm gonna try this, because this could be easier to do compared to some of her other combo tricks. Oh my god, I could build beatdown cEDH with this. I mean, wow, I'm blown away. Honestly, I am blown away. I could be wrong, but I think this can work. I honestly think this can work. It will be mega surprise too. Like, people will be so caught off guard if you randomly throw this out inside a pod with cEDH. Because people are like, if you're sitting there and you're attacking one player with cEDH, they're gonna be fine, whatever. I don't care about that guy. And then you sneak in the Ramos Assassin Lord and you win. And then you're like, oh, I need to protect him. And I wasn't prepared for that. Because the problem here with playing Ramos as the commander, people are gonna protect that person you're trying to kill. But if you're putting it inside the 99 and you trick it into play just from out of nowhere with cEDH, they're gonna be so like, I could steal wins with this just because people aren't prepared for this. I love it. But in any case, that was the end of this little card review. We've looked at 102 cards, where we haven't looked at all of them, but a lot of them were really bad. I think this card has the potential of being absolutely bonkers and could take the spot of being the best card inside the entire set. Absolutely bonkers. The part where Enlist gives it more power makes it incredible, because your commander will always be able to give it more power. So even in a Spellslinger deck with a very low amount of creatures, it will still work. We saw a lot of really cool creatures that could be new commanders or go into new decks. So I'm honestly really excited about this set. This is an explosive set. We've also seen a very interesting new commander, Jenson, Druid Exile, that I'm skeptic about, but I could see him work out. Also, I'm gonna really work with this thing, awesome card, and I'm gonna get back to you in the future, I think, with a proper deck tech video of my Soul Windgrace Ad Nauseam Valakut Splendid Reclamation, or, well, we'll get to that in the future. In any case, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in the future when more cards have been spoiled.